Hello YouTube, my name is Mike and this is Kickin' Ass Minis. In today's video, we're going to go over a quick and dirty summary of what I did to paint some Tyranids.
For the carapace, I started with a base coat of Nagroth Night and then did a highlight of Hexed Lichen followed by a secondary highlight of Warlord Purple. For the body, I started with a base coat of Fenrisian Gray and then did a shade of Drakenhof Nightshade and then highlighted back with the Fenrisian Gray. For the bone weapons, I started with a base coat of Army Painter Skeleton Bone followed by a Army Painter Flesh Wash. And then I went back and highlighted the edges and the center of the blades with the bone again, the skeleton bone. For the weapon, the plasma weapon, or bio weapon I should be called, I started with a base coat of the Bloody Red and then went over it with a coat of Nuln Oil. I then highlighted it again with the Bloody Red. For the green areas of the weapon, the cables running from the hand into the weapon, and then the venom sacs on the back of the forearms, I started with Moot Green and filled in with Livery Green, and then did the whole thing in green tone. Now, this is just a good example of why you don't have to dedicate to a single brand. As you can see, I'm using different brands to achieve a really good result. Now, for the mouth and eyes area, I started out by applying white to the teeth and the eye sockets. I then applied Cassandora yellow to the eyes, and that is really just a great trick to get yellow to shine through, because yellow is such a difficult color to work with. Having a white or extremely light color underneath it really helps it glow afterwards. The tongue I covered in the violet red, and that is going to be by Reaper Master Series paints, and then covered the eye and the teeth and the mouth with Agrex Earthshade Gloss, giving it that wet look.
And now we're finished. So just want to kind of take a moment here and go over a little bit about what I learned in this process of painting really kind of a template piece to work by, and then how it translated into the other parts. Now, when I first created this individual piece here, I tried to do some unique things that I hadn't done before, like wet blending, and really kind of some special looks to it that I thought would look great, but in practice it looked great on a single piece, but really was going to be difficult to try to translate and copy into multiple pieces across a large army. And that would be things like the gradient that I used here from going from the back to the front of the weapon here. Now, some of the characteristics of the larger unit I thought were better kept to the bigger pieces. For one, there's less of them, and when you're dealing with 30 or 40 of the same unit, like the Hormagaunts or Termagants, the smaller units, the Gene Stealers, they don't necessarily need to have all of those really tiny details. I omitted details on the smaller units like the Warlock Purple because I wanted to save time. Since I'm going to be doing 30 to 40 of these things overall, I figured having the bigger units have some or more of these secondary highlights would really make them stand out versus the smaller units, which are going to be a massive swarm. Now, I really did have a lot of fun doing this, and I'm looking forward to finishing the rest of them. I've got probably another 50 pieces in total, so far that I've got to work on. And then, as I understand it, there's going to be more to come. So, if you're enjoying what I'm doing here and you want to see more, make sure and like, share, and subscribe. And remember, keep kicking ass and painting minis.